Live, deep in the heart of West Texas, this is the James Hendricks Show. Hey guys, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm glad to have you guys on board. You know, at Ghislaine Maxwell conviction, I've got to say, I generally am not, I do not make myself a part of sensational court trials. And I haven't since the O.J. Simpson verdict. And of course, because back then in 94 and 95, I didn't believe that there needed to be cameras in the courtroom. Now I think that maybe it's okay if it's modified and judges instruct, the parties not to be acting for the camera, no theatrics. Now, Ghislaine Maxwell is a British national, and she's been convicted of 5 of 6 counts relating to sexual trafficking for her boyfriend, the billionaire, Epstein. What kind of sick relationship is that? Seriously. I mean, when people use their money and prestige for their own sexual aggrandizement, plain truth, it goes against everything having to do with common sense. I wrote something about this in my book, The Winning Personality, a values-based approach to entrepreneurship in this economy. I said this: you can be a billionaire, have all these holding companies and stuff, but if you don't have faith, and I might dare say, if you don't have faith in morals, you're nothing. It doesn't matter worth anything. Oh, I have this all in myself. I can do whatever I want, and it's all to myself. How selfish. How careless and how heartless. Now, I'm not saying that a person cannot live comfortably and better themselves, There's nothing wrong with being wealthy per se. But wealth without values stinks. Now, I heard on Newsmax, one of the anchors questioning some political and legal experts as to some of the prominent people, and politicians that I've seen tied to. Okay, that may sound interesting, especially to a man like mine when I was back in journalism school. But that's reactive culture, I believe, on the right, on the right side, and that can backfire. Okay? That can backfire, because if you start looking for politicians that's tied to this, the other side can volley back with just as much reactivity. And so I'm telling you here and now, that stuff's got to stop. Oh, and here's I read about this thing with Ghislaine Maxwell on the Federalist also. How it, basically the gist of the piece says that her comeuppance is finally come up. These some of these anchors are like, well, can't she negotiate a plea? In the words of Jack McCoy from Law and Order, no, please, you have already been found guilty. There is no way There is no way, I don't think, that a prosecutor worth their salt could really save their skin and give a plea for this woman. Not because she wants a reduced sentence. Well, she should have thought about that before doing stuff like that for a boyfriend. Single women, I'm going to tell you something. Make sure you have somebody with deep faith and deep morals and deep values. Because if you're going down the shallow route, you're going to get hurt. You're going to get hurt, okay? Now, let's go on to another article that we're going to be covering. And this is another piece from the Federalist, basically saying that, the Democrats are in hostile territory right now. That looks like it could be the largest GOP landslide, possibly to surpass the Tea Party movement of 2010. I say, why not bring the Tea Party movement back, okay? But the piece in the Federalist on this says that Pelosi can't think of any other plays in order to defeat Republicans, so she's got to go back to January 6th. And so you're thinking, January 6th? My car payment's been jacked up. I can barely keep food on the table. My rent's jacked up. The prices of everything are going up. There's a crisis in the border. COVID hasn't been fully maintained to the satisfaction of the American people. Which, I'll tell you something, this Omicron variant that the media is scaring with, I gotta say something. Stop it. Everybody use common sense. Use common sense. Something which I think is lacking in politics these days. And Nancy Pelosi going back to January 6th. Give me a break. Seriously. Oh, January 6th, 2021. Trump caused this insurrection because he didn't like it because we were on the election fair and square. Well, I believe the election was stolen. And people are going to be mad at me for saying that, no doubt. But I'm going to say what's on my mind. The audience of the James Hendricks Show, we ain't woke, but we are wide awake. And I'm not exempting or excusing any party on this. Something else I read I saw on Newsmax this morning is Chuck Schumer is planning on ramming Build Back Better through the Senate. Even if it's without Joe Manchin's support. Well, even with, I'll tell you something. Even with Joe Manchin's support, come on. They lose. They lose. You want to be smart? You want to know what's best for the American people? Let's get back to common sense conservatives on both sides of the aisle. This radical communist agenda set forth by Joe Biden, which sadly I gotta say he's kind of like a puppet. I mean, because I've seen clips of him talking, and it just seems like he's incoherent. And there's this theory I heard about on Newsmax last night saying that, his chief of staff, Mark McLean, is the one that's calling the shots. No doubt. Folks, we live in crazy times. We live in crazy times. With the reactive on the left going retroactive. And the reactive on the right wanting to stir up certain hornet's nests, which can backfire. And so that's why you have me, the voice of reason. Okay? That's why I'm here for you guys. Because I care. Now, I hope you enjoy listening to the James Hendricks Show. If you like what you hear, please subscribe, become a part of receiving most daily updates. This is Jimi Hendrix saying until next time, take care, and God bless you.